Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts, here to bring you some Saturday night ECFL football. Today, the East Coast Football League presents us with a matchup between the hosting Golden Badgers and the visiting Connecticut Rebels. Both teams coming into today's contest with a 1-4 overall record. Badgers still searching for their first win since the season opening victory against the East Boston Pirates. They had easily their best game since then last weekend against the Connecticut Tar Heels, but ultimately came up short in a 22-6 loss. Both teams have had their fair share of struggles on both sides of the ball. Both teams have given up well over 100 points so far this season defensively. While the Badgers have amassed 34 total points on the season, I believe for the Rebels they've amassed about 60 offensively. So the Rebels have had a little more success offensively, but now with both teams facing some struggling defenses, we'll see what happens here in this one. Or soon. Okay. Reconnection successful. All right, there we go. So that wasn't too bad. Hope you'll forgive me, folks. I lowered the video bitrate a bit, and I'm operating on some borrowed Wi-Fi here. The Golden Badgers owner, Dante Rogers, was kind enough to lend me his phone's mobile hotspot, as mine has run out of data for the month, unfortunately. So hopefully things will run smoothly as this broadcast continues. And of course, if you enjoy this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. And if you got anything you would like to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat, whether it's simply rooting for your team, saying go Badgers or go Rebels, or shouting out your favorite player. If you notice any technical difficulties, like I said, we are doing things a little differently due to the circumstances technically here. So if you notice any issues with the video or audio, feel free to let me know in the live chat. And then, of course, as I get ready to announce the rosters for the two teams here today, if you notice that I'm flubbing someone's name, or if there's someone who I've got the wrong jersey number for, I highly encourage you to correct me in the live chat. So with that said, let's introduce the rosters for today's two teams. We'll go through it very fast because football rosters are large. And we'll start over here on my left. You can see in the black jerseys with black jersey numbers but gold outlines, the Connecticut Rebels. Going in order of jersey number, the roster for the Rebels. Starting off, number 0, Raheem Jordan. Next up, number 1, Dimitri Garcia. Number 2, Desmond Foster. Number 3, Angel Perez. Number 4, Jason Hippolyte. Number 5, Najir Walcott. Number 6, Luis Pereira. Number 7, Malik Stallings. Number 8, Nathan Cruz. Number 9, Travis Angelo. Number 10, Maurice Underwood. Number 11, Edgar Torres. Number 12, Devon Pitts. Number 13, Jason Stuplin. Number 14, Steven Simmons. And then a bit of confusion, a couple of repeating jersey numbers on the online roster. Number 15 is either Al Dockery or Robert Walthall. Number 16, Javon Olmstead. Number 17, Blaine Wesley Shaw II. Number 18, Lee August. Number 19, Hugh McCalla. Number 20, Traquan Roberts. Number 21, Patrick Rosie. Number 22 is another repeating number, so it's either Ricky Adams or Charles Goody. Number 25, Jeremiah Gilmore. Number 26, DeAndrew Regisford. Number 27, Yvonne Cruz. Number 28, Storm Bright. Number 29, John Shannon. Number 30, Jonathan Boyd. Number 31, R.J. Bear. Number 33, Lester Bell. Number 35, Alex Benavidez. Number 42, Kija Alexander. Number 44, Dylan Barnett. Number 44, Dylan Barnett. Number 45, Jalen Jenkins. Number 50, Xavier Harrison. Number 52, Marquise Durham. Number 53, Roshawn Edwards. Number 55, Efrain Rios. Number 56, Anthony Rogers. Number 58, Brian Montalvo. Number 67, Emmanuel Santiago. Number 69, Kevin Cruz. Number 73, Javon Campbell. Number 74, Javian Ralph. Number 75, Luis Maldonado. Number 76, Lee Orlando Felix. Number 77, Martin Ball. Number 88, Omar Anwer. Number 92, Xavier Garena Ghazi. And number 97, Chase Wheeler. That is the roster for the visiting Connecticut Rebels. Now moving over to my right, you can see wearing white jerseys for the first time in this very hot summer for a chance to be a little cooler than usual. Still rocking their black jersey numbers with gold outlines. It is the hosting Golden Badgers. Reading through the roster for the Golden Badgers, again going in order of jersey number. First off, we have number 0, Brandon LaJoy. Next, number 1, Jeff Jean. Number 2, Keith Barrasso. Number 3, Marquise Hughes. Number 4, Ralph Duperville. Number 5, Jean Janvier. Number 6, Braxton Fernandez. Number 7, Miles Oakletree. Number 8, Kirk Prescott. Number 9, Hugh Simmons. Number 11, Ermin Gonzalez. He's number 12 on the online roster, but I believe he actually wears number 17, and that is Pat Picariello. Number 14, Jose Torres. Number 15, Brandon Brito. Number 20, Ivan Mertekis. Number 22, Dana Perello. Number 25, Dante Wilson. Number 26, Desmond Rogers. Number 28, Nate Perilla. Number 29, Daniel Garcia. Number 31, Christian Alissier. Number 38, Marquise Allen. Number 43, Shane Delaney Cruz. Number 44, Jaden Shepard. Number 47, Cuba Morales. 1 second, folks.
Number 50 was Rene Loriano. He's my friend, and he's number 69 now. So
I thought it was 64. They changed to 69?
Yeah, he's 69. Make
Great.
Sure you...
Rene Loriano, 69. Gotcha, man. Thank you. 88 is now 18. 8 is 16. Okay, so Kirk is 16, and Michael is 18. Great, thank you so much. Yes, that I got. Thank you. Sorry about that, folks. I got updated on some jersey number changes. So I'm going to add some of those corrections now to my roster. Just give me a second here. Among the changes, Kirk Prescott, who usually wears number 8, today is wearing number 16. Michael Meach, who is typically number 88, is wearing number 18. And Rene Loriano, who last week was wearing a number 50, this week is wearing number 69. So I am just correcting that on my roster so I have it down correctly. Okay. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, the last one I said was number 47, Cuba Morales. There's also number 49, Peter Boville. Number 51, Jordi Palma. Number 52, Nick Turner. Number 53, Sherlyn Harvey. Number 55, Juan Achar. Number 58, Eric Dukes. Number 59, Brant Toppin. Number 64, Gerald Hullum. Number 69 this week, Rene Laureano. Number 70, Roberto Perez. Number 72, Tony Gomera. Number 80, Paul Osayande. Number 81, Johnny Peterson. Number 87, Javon Furtado. Number 92, Gaston Esnal. Number 95, Gabriel Procheco. And number 99, Tommy Tamborella. So that is the roster for the Golden Badgers today. As you can see, they're getting ready to get this one underway. Both teams hoping to improve from a current 1-4 record. Once again, thank you all for tuning in to this live broadcast of East Coast Football League action. Once again, my name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts. So kind of an interesting thing to see this Connecticut Rebels team, as they're actually part of a larger organization that features both this team in single A semi-pro and the double A Hartford Rebels that also play in the ECFL, but they play at a higher division. You know, for a building program like the Golden Badgers that's only been in the ECFL this is now their third season in the league, to be able to see, you know, an organization that's able to, you know, build itself up to the point that they effectively have, you know, almost like a varsity and a JV squad. You know, it's these kind of small things that the players, the coaches, and the owners can, you know, sort of glean some tips from as they work to build their own organization. Got a bright sunny day here at Daly Field, but thankfully not as hot as it was a week ago. Temperatures hovering around the 80s, I believe. And the sun expected to set behind us, and, you know, as usual, I believe we can expect some breeze coming off the Charles River over on our left. But even though it's a little cooler, still going to be important for these guys to stay hydrated. Looks like they are calling out the captains to midfield for the opening coin toss. The Golden Badgers, sending out their captains. Looks to be number 3, Marquise Hughes, number 29, Daniel Garcia, and wearing number 16 this week, Kirk Prescott. Meanwhile, looks like 7 captains being sent out by the Rebels. As we get the opening handshakes between captains. And we get ready for the opening toss. Looks like the ref's still explaining things before we get the opening toss. There it is, coins in the air. Looks like the Rebels won the toss. Always a bit hard to tell from this distance, but we'll certainly see. Looks like the Rebels are going to be defending from the right side. They'll be going right to left in the first quarter, while the Golden Badgers will be going left to right. Captains shake hands, and we're about ready for the opening kickoff here at Daly Field. The Golden Badgers against the Connecticut Rebels. Two squads entering with a 1-4 record, hoping to make it a 2 in the win column. Interestingly enough, the Badgers looking a little short-handed tonight, or at the very least some usual suspects not on the sideline here today. As among those missing, number 5, Jean Janvier, who got the 50-yard touchdown catch against the Tar Heels last week. Dana Perello, who is currently the team's leading receiver and got a score against the East Boston Pirates. Number 22, I don't see him either. Number 1, Jeff Jean, who has been a big part of the return game for the Badgers. Don't see him. There's a few guys whose names I'm used to saying quite a bit. I'm not going to be saying it all today. Meanwhile, for the Golden Badgers, they will be kicking off. Ermin Gonzalez, number 11, getting ready to kick it away for the Badgers. Rebels have 2 deep. Bit hard for me to see the jersey numbers from here, from this particular angle. But I will pick those up as best as I can. And it's an onside kick to start, and it's juggled! Oh, the Badgers got it! A stellar onside kick for the shock by Ermin Gonzalez. Not sure quite who fell on the ball. I think it was number 4, Ralph Duperville. And so, while the Badgers have the opening kickoff, they are going to actually have the opening offensive possession. They're going to mark them. It appears to be at the Rebels' 45-yard line, so a huge surprise attack. Shades of the New Orleans Saints in Super Bowl 44. So now the question, can the Badgers turn this opening onside kick into some points? As they come out, looks like quarterback Pat Picariello in a short shotgun here. Takes the snap. Oh, it got away from him. A wild snap. Picariello chasing it down. He couldn't recover it. And the Rebels take it right back on the flubbed snap. That ball, I believe, was recovered by number 55, Efrain Rios. So already a wild start to this game and a successful onside kick followed by a bad snap. And you have to wonder, because usually a shotgun snap is further than where Picariello was, you have to wonder if maybe that just threw off the center's snapping mechanics. And we got a flag on the field already. And it's against the Golden Badgers. So already 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 5 for the Rebels. Number 15 at quarterback, that's either Al Dockery or Robert Walthall. If someone in the live chat could help me out here, as they got 2 number 15s on the roster for the Rebels. Either way, number 15 in shotgun takes the snap, hands off. Running back goes right up the gut, finds a hole, and bursts through for a large gain. Number 20, Traquan Roberts, found the hole and burst through, instantly putting his team in goal-to-go position. Looks like it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line exactly. Snap to number 15, gives it to Roberts again. Roberts dancing up the middle, runs into a bit of a wall, and is taken down by multiple Badgers players. Among the guys in the pile for the Badgers were number 47, Cuba Morales, and number 4, Ralph Duperville. That'll make it 2nd and goal after a gain of about 2 for Roberts. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They give to Roberts again. Roberts tries to cut up the inside. Was trying to go through the A gap there and gets dragged down. Among the tacklers, number 59, Brant Toppin. And I believe Duperville was in there to assist as well. Stopped again for about 2 yards. So after the big opening run from Roberts, he's been stopped for relatively short gains the next couple of downs. And now it's 3rd and goal from the 6. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Number 15 fakes the give to Roberts this time, throws to a wide open man. He's got 1 man to beat to the end zone, stiff arms, and goes in for a Connecticut Rebels touchdown. That, I believe, was number 10, Maurice Underwood, putting the first 6 points on the board. A 6-yard touchdown pass from number 15, who again is either Al Dockery or Robert Walthall. If there happen to be any Rebels fans in the live chat, please let me know. But meanwhile, the Rebels going for 2. Snap to the QB, gives to Roberts. Roberts pounds up the middle And it looks like he had the blockers in front of him this time, and they have the successful two-pointer. So an absolutely zany opening to this contest. A successful onside kick followed by a botched snap. Gave the Rebels the ball in good field position. And from there, one big run by Roberts, two short runs by Roberts, and then a 6-yard touchdown pass from number 15 to number 10, Maurice Underwood. So now we will see how the Badgers will respond to this early score. Looks like the Rebels are ditching the kickstand, maybe opting for a holder. Or no, they're just going to place it flat. Rebels kicker number 50, Xavier Harrison, is just going to kick it flat off the turf. This should make for something interesting. And here we go. Kicks a line drive, bouncing along. If it goes out of bounds, it does. And the Badgers will get good field position out of that. They will start from the 40. So the Badgers, again, starting with good field position, they'll be hoping for a better result than what they got last drive. It'll be 1st and 10 once again. And it looks like they actually get the ball at the 35, not the 40, my mistake. It does vary between leagues. As our first really noticeable breeze starts to blow in off the river. Looks like they're going to come out under center in the basic I formation. Not risk any bad shotgun snaps. Picriello takes the snap, hands off to Prescott. Prescott runs into a couple of tacklers, and they wrap him up high and low to drag him down. Harrison, Xavier Harrison, and Marquise Durham on the tackle for the Rebels. Looks like it'll be 2nd and about 11 for the Badgers after a 1-yard loss on the run. You could see where they were trying to make the hole for Prescott there on the right A-gap, but both Harrison and Durham just broke through their blockers to wrap him up. 2nd and 11 from their own 34-yard line. I formation again. One receiver out wide to each side. Looks like they got a tight end on the right. Snap. Picriello fakes the handoff, drops back, looks, throws, hits a man. That's Michael Meach. And Meach barrels ahead for a big 1st down catch and run for the Badgers. Michael Meach, a name that I haven't had much opportunity to say so far this season. But now, lining up as the starting tight end for the Badgers and getting their first big offensive play of the day as they go from their own 34 to the opposing 47 for a total of 19 yards on the catch and run. Fresh 1st and 10 for the Badgers. Same formation. They come out in the I. One receiver out wide on each side. Meach, the tight end, on the right. Snap to Picariello. Gives to the fullback, Daniel Garcia. He shakes off a couple of tacklers. Still running. Bursts ahead for another Badgers 1st down. Daniel Garcia, another name to watch out for. You know, didn't put up crazy high numbers last week, but we know what kind of impact he's capable of delivering as he actually scored the Badgers' first touchdown of the year on a 16-yard 4th down reception in the end zone against the East Boston Pirates back on opening day. Fresh 1st and 10 off the big run from Garcia. Looks like they are down to the opposing 31-yard line after a 16-yard run from their fullback. Same I formation. Snap, Picariello looking to throw. Sends it over the middle, looking for Meach. Meach wasn't looking for it, and he was well covered by the Rebels' number 19, Hugh McCalla. And that's going to fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Badgers clearly looking to get their tight end involved early and often. As already out of 3 offensive plays, if you discount, or 4 offensive plays, if you discount the bad snap, that's twice they have targeted their tight end through the air. Same I formation, 2nd and 10. Snap, handoff to Prescott. Prescott bursts up the middle, trying to drag the tacklers, and they are pushing the pile for a few extra yards. The Badgers fighting to move forward across the field, as it looks like they gained about 3 yards on the carry, a hard-fought 3 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down, 7 yards to go. They are in 4-down territory here, well inside opposing territory at about the Rebels' 28-yard line. So they've got 2 downs to make 7 yards. Same I formation. Picariello takes a snap, play action, pass rush in his face, steps up, looking, throwing, and overthrows his man. It was aimed at Meach. Again, McCalla in coverage, but on that one, you've got to give credit to the Rebels' pass rush. Picariello almost slipped and fell as he had to very quickly step up in the pocket as one of the Rebels came screaming off the edge. I believe it was Rios, Efrain Rios, who of course recovered the bad snap on the Badgers' first possession. And now the Badgers down to their last chance. 4th down, about 7 yards to go from, I believe, the opposing 28. Might be 4th and 8 from the 29, hard to tell. But the Badgers are going to need something big here. Same I formation, but this time they've got Meach on the left side of the line. Snap, Picariello looking, throws a quick one, throws it over the head of Keith Barrasso. And that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Badgers. Looked like they were looking for a quick in cut to Barrasso. He was going to have to fight for some yards after the catch on that one. Either that or maybe there was some miscommunication on the play as Picariello threw that up like they were going for a fade route, even though it was an in-cut slant. Okay, so that was 4th down and 8 from the 29, and now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Rebels' own 29 as they take over on downs. They hold an 8-0 lead here in the first quarter of play, and they're going to be trying to build off of that. Starting here in shotgun, 2 receivers either side. Roberts to the right of the quarterback. Takes a snap, drops back, looking to throw. Throws one up. The man's got a step, but not to the ball. Some good separation by the receiver, who appears to be number 18, Lee August. And once again, if there are any Rebels fans who happen to know who is wearing number 15 for the Rebels here today, their quarterback, that would help me a great deal, as they had 2 number 15s listed on their roster in Al Dockery and Robert Walthall. So a bit hard for me to tell. 2nd and 10, they hand off to Roberts. Roberts finds a hole up the middle. No, that's not Roberts. That's number 22, who's running it close to a first down after being dragged down by Garcia. That run was, again, a multiple choice answer, as according to the roster, that could be either Ricky Adams or Charles Goody. And that is going to be a successful first down for the Rebels. First and 10 from the 40 after an 11-yard run from number 22. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap, handoff to 22. Again, running up the middle. He's got the hole he wanted. A huge hit brings him to the ground. His helmet flies off after he collides with Duperville. Okay, so I got help in the live chat. Seems like 15 is Al, as in Al Dockery. So thank you to Roshan Edwards for the assist on that one. It's going to be 2nd and short after the run by number 22. And it looks like they've brought number 20, Traquan Roberts, back in for this 2nd down and 2. Snap to Dockery, drops back, unloads down the right sideline, picked off! Keith Barrasso with the interception. I can understand making that throw, as number 18, Lee August, got separation earlier in this possession. But Dockery kind of overcorrected. He had overthrown his man on the first deep ball attempt, and so I think he tried to pull back on it a little bit. And as a result, he ended up actually underthrowing his man due to the overcorrection there, and a nice leaping grab by Keith Barrasso, number 2 for the Golden Badgers, for the successful interception. And meanwhile, where is the ball being placed? What's happening? Oh, first quarter's over. That's what happened. It's hard to tell when there's no scoreboard clock, but that is going to be the last play of the first quarter. Our score through 1, the Rebels 8, the Badgers 0. And again, thank you to those of you who have already contributed in the live chat. I already said we got at least one Rebels fan in Roshan Edwards. We got a couple of Badgers fans with Nefaru Murray and Nick Turner. Happy to see folks active in the live chat. Once again, my name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts. If you enjoy this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. The Badgers have one home game left in their regular season after this one, and it'll be a few weeks away. But I am slated to cover that one, so stay tuned for that. Subscribing to the channel can help. And keep on keeping on in the live chat. I love to see it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Badgers. Starting off the second quarter, they're going to be deep in their own territory. Looks like about their own 13 or 14-yard line following the interception by Keith Barrasso. They're coming out with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like a bit of a pistol formation here. Snapped, Picariello looking to throw, looking, gets sacked. Number 50, Xavier Harrison, wrapped him up as the pocket collapsed on the Badgers' signal caller. Looks like the Badgers are going to be pushed back to about their own 9-yard line. And now they've got to be careful. 2nd and long. And if they take another big loss, they could be dangerously backed up near their own end zone, potentially with the risk of a safety. Coming out of the huddle, looks like the Badgers are going to have 2 receivers out wide to the left. They're going to send 1 guy out wide to the right. Looks like they got 1 tight end on the right in the I formation. Picariello the snap, looking to throw once again. Barely gets the ball away, almost picked off. Picariello hit as he throws, and a flag comes out. It was a hard hit on Picariello. But we'll see what the call is. Very critical call here. The refs still conferring. I saw the Badgers' Daniel Garcia signaling like it was a personal foul against the Rebels. And if that's the case, that's a huge break for the Badgers, because that would be 15 yards and a 1st down. On the other hand, they are taking a long time to discuss this one. So the penalty is against the Rebels. My guess is Garcia was right, and that was a personal foul against the Rebels. Maybe something about how hard they hit Picariello was illegal, maybe helmet to helmet or something. Hard to say. But either way, the Badgers get a big break and a 1st down. Picariello takes the snap, looking to throw once again. Quick throw to the edge and well overthrows his man, intended for Marquise Hughes. Couldn't get any separation from Dimitri Garcia. He's almost lucky the throw wasn't anywhere near him because his defender had the inside leverage there. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Badgers from what appears to be their own 23-yard line. Badgers coming out in the I formation. 1 receiver out wide on either side. Looks like they got the tight end on the right. Snap, give to the fullback, and Garcia runs right into the line and goes nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1. The fullback dive paid big dividends for the Badgers in their last possession, but here it goes nowhere. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Golden Badgers still trying to crack the code of the Rebels' defense. They got a couple of nice big plays in their last possession, but could not sustain the drive. And now here they've gotten a lucky break off of a penalty. But now facing 3rd and long. And they are not in a part of the field where it's considered a good idea to go for it. They move Meach from the right to the left side of the formation. I formation again. Snap, Picariello back to throw, looking, throw, missed both guys. Timing just a little bit off. I think he was aiming for Meach because that was the direction Meach was running. Marquise Hughes was also in the vicinity, but the throw was well behind him. Misses both guys. And that's going to bring us 4th down. And Ermin Gonzalez is going to come out to punt for the Badgers. You know, almost a bit of a shame because you wonder if that play had been allowed to develop for just another half second. It almost looked like Hughes was about to get possibly some inside leverage towards the middle of the field. But of course, pass protection has been a bit of a struggle for the Badgers early in this one. Picariello has faced a lot of pressure from the Rebels' pass rush. Gonzalez awaiting the long snap here on 4th and 9. Takes the snap, juggles it. This is disaster. Throws it up in the air, and it's not caught by anybody. And so that is ultimately going to be a play that goes nowhere. Effectively a 0-yard punt, and the Rebels take over on the opposing 24-yard line. Another bad snap spells disaster for the Badgers, and now the defense will have to step up big if they don't want to fall behind by 2 scores. First and 10 for the Rebels. Dockery in shotgun. 2 receivers on either side. 1 back to his left. Takes the snap, fakes the give, throws out to the flats, and shaking off 1 tackle and being forced out of bounds is Maurice Underwood. Underwood, of course, had the 6-yard touchdown reception earlier in the game. Looks like he got about 4 yards on that one. Second and about 6. Dockery and shotgun again. Once again, 2 receivers either side. Snap, gives to Roberts. Roberts bursts to the outside, gets turned back around towards the middle, and gets lifted up and dragged down by the Badgers defense. Roberts does make about 5. No, more than 5. He converts the first down. Looks like he got exactly the 6 yards necessary. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 from what looks to be about the Badgers' 12. Snap to Dockery, gives to Roberts again. Roberts runs right into the defense and has nowhere to go. Combined tackle of Sherlin Harvey and Jaden Shepard. It's going to be 2nd down and about 9 after the 1-yard gain by Roberts. Looks like they're subbing out one of their O-linemen. And it looks like this time they're going to have 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left, with 1 back to the right of Dockery. Takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looking, throws across the flat, hits number 88, dragged down quickly by Duperville. But a nice gain on the play there by Omar Anwer. Going to make it 3rd and short. They can technically make a first down without hitting the end zone. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 3 yards to go from the 5. They are definitely in 4-down territory here. They line up with 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Snap to Dockery, gives, no, he fakes the give, takes it himself, looking, running around, nowhere to go, gets dragged down for the sack. Finally grabbing him around the ankles for the sack was Jaden Shepard, a huge play by the Badger defense. That looks like it's going to be a loss of about 4 yards. And so it's going to go from 3rd and about 2 to 4th and about 6. Dockery takes a snap, throws out, and misses his target. The Rebels turn it over on downs. Dockery's pass was intended for number 9, Travis Angelo. And so the Badgers defense stands tall. A big turnover on downs there. But once again, the Badgers are going to be pinned deep in their own territory. Play of the drive has to go to number 44, Jaden Shepard, with that huge 4-yard sack, blowing up the QB keeper on 3rd down for a 4-yard loss. Now the Badgers are going to take over at about their own 9-yard line. Looks like they're going to have 2 receivers on either side. Shotgun formation. Picariello with 1 back to his right. Snaps taken. Throws. Picked off! The Rebels might run this one back, and they will! Hugh McCallow with the pick 6 for the Rebels. That was just a case of the defender having the inside leverage. I mean, as a result of the strong coverage, Picariello almost threw it right to him. And again, just like that, a big play by the Badgers is answered with a bigger play by the Rebels. And that's really been kind of the story of this game. You know, the Badgers open with the onside kick, but then the Rebels follow that up by recovering a bad snap. And now here the Badgers make a big stand inside the 10, but then follow it up with an interception on the first play. And now here the Rebels are with a 2-score lead, hoping to add 2 more points. Snap to Dockery, looking, throwing across the middle, got his man in the back of the end zone, and he got the feet down. I think that was number 18, Lee August. Might have been number 10, Maurice Underwood, not sure. But whoever that was, that's a successful 2-point try for the Rebels. as they take a larger lead over the Badgers, 16-0. I think it was either number 18 or number 10. My guess would be 18, but I'm really not sure. Xavier Harrison ready to kick off for the Rebels once again. And having recently arrived to the field for the Badgers, one of the players back deep is number 5, Jean Janvier. Back deep with Marquise Hughes. Harrison signals in either direction. Launches the kick. It's a deep kick. It's going to go all the way back to Janvier. Juggles it but collects it. Running up the near sideline. Gets a bit of a hole and bursts ahead past the 35-yard line. So the Badgers are going to start from their own 38 after a strong return from Janvier. The Badgers have been a mix of extremes. They've either had really good starting field position or really bad starting field position. There's really been no in-between. So it'll be a fresh set of downs as the Badgers start a new possession. They're looking to bounce back after giving up a pick 6 on their last offensive play. And we've got a 5-yard penalty on the Rebels. I guess at the end of the run back or something, as it looks like the Badgers will actually be starting from their own 43. So even stronger starting field position for the home team here. And they've got a different quarterback under center. This is number 3, Marquise Hughes. I formation. One receiver out wide on either side. Snap, fakes the handoff. Hughes is going to take it on the bootleg, and he's going to get wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Couldn't see quite who that was, but I think it might have been number 45, Jalen Jenkins, who wrapped up Hughes on the attempted bootleg there. Badgers trying to mix it up with a new quarterback, but didn't get anything on that one. A loss of 1 on the play. They got a receiver out wide on either side. I formation again, Hughes back under center. Snap, fake, toss, is juggled and almost lost by Prescott, but he falls on it, and he comes up. Oh, he looks like he's in pain. Oh, you don't like to see that. I mean, it is the summer. You can always hope that it's just a cramp caused by the heat, but that didn't look like one. That looked like one of those things where either someone rolls up on you or you stepped in the turf wrong. And if that's the case, this is not a guy the Badgers want to lose. Prescott has been their leading rusher this season. So far, he's got the team's only rushing touchdown, which he got on the last play of the Pirates game, but he is limping off the field. And so, in terms of the play itself, it'll be another loss on the play, as I think there might have been some miscommunication. It looked like they were going for a pitch play on that one, fake to the fullback and pitch to the running back. It almost looked like Prescott wasn't ready for it. So some disorganization on that play, and hopefully Prescott is all right. It's going to be 3rd down and long for the Badgers. Looks like it's going to be about 14 yards to go from their own 39, as they have to get to the opposing 47-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hughes in shotgun. Snap. Hughes fakes the give. He's scrambling, trying to find a hole, escapes the rush, escapes again, still on his feet, still running with it, and finally he's being stood up, but he's still trying to push the pile. They're pushing it all the way to midfield. How on earth? That went from about a 6 or 8 yard sack to maybe a gain of nothing to maybe a gain of 3 to a huge gain. Looks like a Rebels player is down on the play. That's number 50, Xavier Harrison. Looks like he's stretching himself out, coming up a little hobbled. Harrison has been a big player for the Rebels today. He's been a huge part of that defensive front, also operating as their kickoff man. And certainly Rebels fans will be hoping that he's okay. So a huge gain of 12 of what looks to be about 12 yards is going to make it 4th and 2, as the Badgers really made something out of nothing on that last play. But they are still going to have to come up with a gain of at least 2 yards on this next play if they want to keep their drive alive. Hughes with some excellent evasive running and just will to keep the ball moving. And now a chance to keep his offense on the field. 4th down, 2 yards to go. Ball on the Rebels' 49-yard line. A timeout is going to be called by the Rebels. So I think they know this is going to be a big play coming up. Kirk Prescott still standing on his own 2 feet. Talking with his teammates along the sideline. Getting them ready for this 4th down. And on a play like that, you can see that leadership presence that a guy like Prescott can bring, even while he himself is hobbled, still amping up his teammates before one of the more critical plays of the night. 4th and 2 from the Rebels' 49. The Badgers trying to keep the ball in their possession here in the second quarter as they trail by 16. Looks like they're going to be coming out in the I formation. One receiver out wide on either side. Hughes under center. Snap. Screen pass didn't have the distance. They tried to go for a quick slant to Jean Janvier. The design was on point, but the execution was not. Hughes couldn't get his throw over the line there. And that will be a turnover on downs for the Badgers. The Rebels take over on their own 49-yard line. Not sure how much time is left here in the first half. And it looks like a timeout is called by the Badgers as their defense was a little disorganized on that play there. I'm guessing there's not much time left here in the first half. And the Rebels are going to try and go up 3 scores before the break. Dockery and shotgun, one back to his left, takes the snap, gives to the back. This is number 22, bursting up the middle. He gets taken down. First to hit him was Garcia, with Meach assisting on the tackle. And looks like a timeout called by the Rebels after a 5-yard run by number 22, which is either Ricky Adams or Charles Goody. Same formation. Dockery looking to throw this time. Floats one up. Got a man. He dropped it. A Badgers defensive back coming up a little shaken up. That's Marquise Hughes, as he was trying to recover on that play and chase down the receiver. Might have shaken up the play just a little bit, but he came up shaken up as the ball was dropped by Maurice Underwood. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. Snap to Dockery, looking to throw once again. Throws out to the sideline. Instant tackle, and they're going to keep him in bounds and keep the clock running. Shepard and Hughes on the tackle there as they wrap up on Ware. And that's going to be 4th down and about 4 yards to go after the 1-yard pass completion. It's a big play here towards the end of the half. Snap to Dockery, looking, throwing, through the hands, picked off! Christian Alissier running it back for the Badgers, cutting across the field, looking for a block, evading tacklers, but he's chased down from behind and taken down around midfield. That ball juggled. It was thrown a little high for Lee August, and it went off his fingertips. And Christian Alissier, number 31 for the Badgers, executing perfectly on the tip trill there. Gets as much of a return as he can. The Badgers take over at about midfield, but I don't know how much time they have left before the half. Second interception for the Badgers defense, which has come up with a number of big plays and has really done quite an impressive job today against the Rebels offense. Just one offensive touchdown scored so far by the visitors, and that one partially the product of a short field due to a turnover. So the Badgers will have 1st and 10 at midfield exactly. Picariello back out as the quarterback. 2 receivers on either side. Cuba Morales, the back, on his left. Snap, Picariello dropping back. Floats a pass, deflected. The attempted dump-off pass for Morales deflected by, I believe that was number 33, Lester Ball. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Badgers. And it's like, again, the idea is good. You know, that time you got to give more credit to the good defensive execution as opposed to any bad offensive execution. But I mean, that's the tough thing about any sport. You know, it's one thing to say, oh, I know what we have to do in this moment, so I'm going to do the thing. But then there's the matter of, you know, actually doing it and actually executing. Second and 10. The Badgers send 3 receivers to the right, or no, 2 receivers on either side as they're trying to motion Barrasso off to the sideline. Snap, looking, throwing. Oh, couldn't make the shoestring catch. Pass intended for John Vier. Again, good idea. They struggled a little to get the play set before they could run it. But ultimately the throw, just not enough mustard on it in order to carry over to the hands of Jean Janvier. He had the inside leverage, and that would have gone for a 1st down. But instead it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Third down and 10. So we're heading towards the end of the first half here at Daly Field. This time a back on either side of Picariello for extra protection. He drops back, looking, floats one up, and John Vieira was swarmed by black jerseys, nowhere to go. And that's going to be 4th down and 10 for the Badgers. And it looks like the Badgers are getting ready to punt here to end the first half. However, I don't think I see Erman Gonzalez. Looks like there's about 30 seconds left before the half. So I'm not sure quite what they're doing. Oh, it looks like they're bringing out Marquise Hughes. Oh, for the long snapper. They are bringing out, there's Gonzalez. Brief confusion on my end, but there's Erman Gonzalez getting ready to punt this one away for the Badgers. The Rebels have nobody back deep. Snap. Punt is away. It's a deep one, and it's going to fly out of bounds just past the 30-yard line. So the Rebels will have time for a couple of plays. I think they've still got one timeout left in their bag for the first half. And we can see in the live chat a number of these players' teammates from both teams commenting. I mentioned Roshan Edwards of the Rebels. We've also seen a comment from the Golden Badgers' Nick Turner, and most recently from Brandon Brito, congratulating Christian Alissier on his recent interception. But now the ball back with the Rebels. As the Badgers have Duperville playing way deep as we're almost towards the end of the half. Dockery back to pass, all day to throw, still all day, still looking around, finally fires a pass. I think that was caught in bounds. A nice toe tap on the catch. I believe that's Underwood who made the snag there. And with that, that stops the clock. But not enough time left. That's going to be halftime. We are halfway through this contest here at Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts. The score, the Connecticut Rebels 16, the Golden Badgers 0. The Rebels got one touchdown in each of the first two quarters. A 6-yard touchdown pass from Al Dockery to Maurice Underwood gave the Rebels their first score. And then a pick six by Hugh McCalla put the rest of their points on the board. So now that we're at halftime, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to talk to you about the Brookline Education Foundation. The Brookline Education Foundation raises funds to help promote growth and innovation among Brookline educators, growth that can then be passed on to the children of this community. For over 40 years, this foundation has given out a variety of grants across the educational landscape. These include Idea Lab grants for teachers that want to present their students with new and exciting projects, and teacher grants for educators that want to further develop their own skills to bring to the classroom. Many initiatives which have become staples in the public schools of Brookline started as BEF grants. They support literacy education training, new methods in STEM education, project-based learning, mentoring of new principals and superintendents, and collaborative work around diversity, equity, and inclusion, just to name a few. Visit brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846 to find out how you can help support our town's educators and through them, our students. Once again, that's brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846. And remember, as always, you can check out that same information I just gave about the local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. Down in the description section below, you can find the URL to their website and the phone number, so you can contact them if you're interested in helping out the cause of investing in Brookline educators. And of course, as always, remember, if you're enjoying this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, and keep the energy going in the live chat. But for now, it is halftime. Rebels 16, Badgers 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to be going off the mic for a bit, but I will be back for the third quarter of this ECFL contest, so don't go away. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second half of today's East Coast Football League semi-pro single A division football between the Golden Badgers and the Connecticut Rebels. Excuse me. As we approach the third quarter, the Rebels with a comfortable 16-0 lead over the Badgers. And it's really been a matter of who's made the more mistakes that's really defined this game. I mean, both teams' defenses have made some really strong efforts, but ultimately it's come down to the biggest mistakes. And for the Badgers, that was a bad snap on their first offensive play that gave the Rebels good field position to drive in and score the first touchdown of the game, and then a pick six to give the Rebels their second touchdown. And other than that, this game really has just been the epitome of football being a game of inches. I know it's cliche to say, but you look at a lot of the plays, particularly for the Badgers offense, and you feel like if, something's just a few inches this way or a few inches that way, then maybe the Badgers could break off a big play. They had a couple of plays that went for some big yards in their second offensive possession as they drove into Rebels territory, but they could not get any further. The drive stalled out, and they turned it over on downs. So we see the Badgers huddled up over here on my left. Huddled up around coach and team owner Dante Rogers. And then on the opposite side, we see the Rebels getting ready along their sideline. The Badgers will receive the opening kickoff here in the third quarter as they made the opening kickoff in the first half on a daring play that seemed like perhaps a sign of good things to come, as they converted on an onside kick on the game's very first play. But again, that was followed up with a bad snap on their very first offensive play from scrimmage. And after that, it was a short drive for the Rebels to get their first score on a 6-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Al Dockery to receiver Maurice Underwood. And since then, the only other score has been a defensive one, a pick six by Hugh McCalla. So the Rebels getting ready to kick this one off. It's number 50, Xavier Harrison. He got a little shook up during a play in the first half, so good to see that he's okay. Back deep to return for the Badgers is number 3, Marquise Hughes, and number 5, Jean Janvier. Looks like the secondary return men for the Badgers are Keith Barrasso, Christian Alissier, and Ralph Duperville. Or maybe just Alissier and Duperville, as they're kind of adjusting their return formation. Here we go, a line drive kick from Harrison. A couple bounces, juggled, but then picked up by Hughes. Hughes taking off, running to the near sideline, or the far sideline, I should say, near for him, as he gets dragged out of bounds close to the 30-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 32. Looks like a Badgers player coming off hurt. That is number 87, Javon Furtado. Looks like he was just shaking out his arm a little bit, but he looks okay along the sidelines now. So it looks like a brief scare, but nothing serious. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Badgers from their own 32. Pat Picariello back out at quarterback. Looks like they've got 2 receivers on either side in a shotgun formation. And we got a stop. And it looks like this might be an offsides call. Or was it a false start? Or no, maybe it was that a timeout called by the Rebels? Boy, sometimes that without a PA announcer or a scoreboard to help you out, can be tough deciphering all the hand signals. So I think what happened was the Rebels wanted a timeout so they could reset their defense to adjust to the Badgers. So out of that brief stoppage, the Badgers back out for 1st and 10. Again, 2 receivers either side. Snap to Picariello, pumps, steps up, throws over the middle. He was hit as he threw, I think, and as a result, his pass misses his intended target. Might have been Keith Barrasso, might have been Michael Meach. Hard to tell because I believe a defender hit his arm as he threw it. So that is going to be 2nd and 10. So again, you can see what I'm talking about with the game of inches. The passing game particularly is just so, it just really requires some precise timing that can be really hard to appreciate if all you watch is pros or Division I college. But it really requires a great deal of skill and synergy. 2nd and 10, 2 receivers either side. Snap to Picariello, looking to throw once again. Throws and just misses once again. Might have been floating one up for Hughes or might have been for Garcia. As again, Picariello gets rocked. And that's going to be 3rd and 10. Picariello down on one knee on the field as, oh, another penalty against the Rebels. That was another personal foul. Was that a late hit? My goodness, I completely missed that one there. It's going to be a fresh set of downs off of the 15-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Badgers from their own 47. The Rebels sideline getting their own defense chant going. A back on either side of Picariello as he takes the snap, looking to throw, looking, unloads a pass just out of reach, intended for Keith Barrasso. You can see the Badgers looking for those big plays in the passing game. It's been nothing but passes since they first got the ball here in the 3rd quarter. Now Picariello coming out under center. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like 1 tight end to the right, maybe 1 tight end either side. He's just got a fullback behind him. Drops back, quick screen pass, and Hughes just has to dive to make that catch. As again, the passing just kind of off the mark there. That looks like it went for no gain. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. As that one just did not work. And you can tell the Badgers are missing the presence of Kirk Prescott in the backfield. As they've been going for a lot of passing plays since he went down in the first half. And now a timeout called by the Badgers as they get ready to try for 3rd and 10. $16 to nothing, the Rebels lead. So far, nothing the Badgers have tried seems to have really managed to make any ground. Now this play is going to determine a lot, because if they get close to the 1st down marker, then there's a good chance they would go for it. But if they end up with 4th and long, there's a chance they might punt it and try and pin the Rebels deep and hope that their defense can help them get some good field position. But it's all going to come down to this play. Marquise Hughes now in at quarterback. He's got a back on either side of him. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Again, coming out with a formation meant to give some extra protection to the QB. Snap to Hughes, fakes, now unloads a throw, nowhere near his man, and it's picked off. It's McCalla once again. Hugh McCalla trying to run it back, comes across the field. The Badgers weren't quite ready for that as he shakes off a tackle Now getting some blocks and finally forced out of bounds inside the Badgers' 30-yard line. Hugh McCalla with his second interception of the day. As Hughes' throw intended for Jean Janvier, but nowhere near him as the throw is just off the mark. And so it's picked off by McCalla and returned all the way back to what appears to be the Badgers' 27-yard line as the Rebels take over. Short field to go for a potential third touchdown for the visitors. Dockery in shotgun takes the snap, looking, quick throw, hits a man, immediately tackled. Christian Alissier first to the ball. Daniel Garcia helping to ultimately bring him down. As a quick catch for a short gain by number 9, Travis Angelo. Might have got about 5 yards on that one. Snap, hand off. This is Roberts. Roberts finds a hole to the outside and finally gets dragged down, but that's going to be the first down and a whole lot more. Looks to be about the Badgers' 10 or 11-yard line. Maybe the 12. As it will still be 1st and 10, not quite 1st and goal. Dockery takes a snap, looking, floats one up. He's got a man, but just out of his reach. Angelo escaped his man on the defense. The Badgers' secondary got all turned around on that play. But the throw from Dockery just too far out wide, and Angelo couldn't haul it in. That'll be 2nd and 10. Dockery with 2 receivers on either side. Takes the snap, looking, quick throw across the middle, juggled, and that might be a penalty. There are flags coming out. Looks like they're signaling for holding against the Rebels. This could be a big setback for the visitors. And it looks like they are going to walk him about oh no, they're offsetting penalties. It's holding on the Rebels, pass interference on the Badgers. Penalties offset, replay the down. Or no, the down counts. Snap to Dockery, looking, passes. He's got a man, and no, he dropped it. I thought his man had it just outside the end zone, but that's going to be an incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down. So the offsetting penalties did count, meant the down just counted, and so I guess it just went as an incomplete pass on that. So now it's going to be 4th down for the Rebels from about the 11. So now what do you do here? Snap to Dockery, looking, pass across the middle. Oh, he caught it! That's a touchdown for the Rebels. A high throw over the outstretched fingertips of the Badgers safety. And that's going to be a touchdown grab. I'm trying to spot the jersey number of the Rebels receiver that came down with that one. I think it was Maurice Underwood with his second touchdown grab of the day. Now the Rebels getting ready to go for 2. Snap to Dockery, looking, pass across the middle. Got his man again. Threading the needle for another pass, as that one is going to be caught for an extra 2 points. Again, I'm trying to see the jersey number. I think that the one who got the 2-pointer was number 88, Omar Anwer. Just having a little difficulty seeing. But boy, that one's got to be tough for the Badgers, because the defense stepped up in a big way there, but just a beautiful pass, a beautiful pair of back-to-back passes by Al Dockery. First to Maurice Underwood for their second passing touchdown of the day. That one went for about 11 yards. And then another pass over to Omar Anwer for a successful 2-point try. Both of them really close to being deflected by a Badgers defensive back. But both times Dockery threads the needle very well. 24-0 now the score here in the third quarter. A quarter that will probably soon be ending. But now Xavier Harrison getting ready to kick it away for the Rebels. Hughes and Jean-Pierre back deep once again for the Badgers. Harrison hits one. It's a ground ball, basically gets past everybody. Bit of miscommunication by the Badgers. It's picked up by Ralph Duperville, and he runs right into a tackler deep in his own end. It seemed like nobody called for it. You know, certainly a weird trajectory for a kick to take. Basically just bouncing along the ground, just skidding along for the entire kick, basically. No high bounces at all. And yeah, everybody just kind of stared at it and let it go past them. As you might have been able to see, number 31 Christian Alissier kind of demonstrating by rolling his helmet across the field what that ball looked like. So a bit of a special teams gaffe for the Badgers. Pins them deep in their own territory. They're going to start at about their own 10-yard line. And here comes the offense. Kirk Prescott back out on the field, and they've got him lined up as a slot receiver. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 1 fullback behind Picariello under center. Snap, hand off to Garcia. He spins off 1 tackle and barrels ahead for a short gain. So the return of Prescott does lead to the return of the run game for the Badgers, though not on a handoff to him. It's going to be 2nd down and about 6 after a solid 4-yard gain from Garcia. It was a good effort by Garcia, shaking off the tacklers at the line. If your back is able to do that, it can give a certain amount of relief to your offensive line. knowing that the back will work for you, even if you don't give him necessarily the biggest of holes. But now the Badgers coming out in shotgun. One back on either side of Picariello for extra protection. One receiver out wide on either side. Snap. Picariello looking. Throws off the foot of Michael Meach. Tried to hit him on the out route there, but again, the pass just off the mark. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Badgers, and they're not in a part of the field where they can go for it, so it's now or never if they want to keep this drive going. Wait, is this another penalty? This is a huge one. How far are they walking? I'm sorry, I'm trying to, oh, no. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. I said the quarter was going to be ending soon, and yet when it did, I totally wasn't ready for it. So we are through 3 here at Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts. The score as we head into the final quarter, the Connecticut Rebels 24, the Golden Badgers 0. The Badgers, at this point, their main goal has got to be to get some points on the board before this game is over. I mean, asking them to come back from a 24-point deficit in the 4th quarter is a very tall order. But getting some points on the board would be a good signal of some consistent progress. They were able to get points on the board against the Tar Heels. They were able to get a bunch of points against the Pirates. And you know they don't want to leave this stadium tonight without getting at least a few points on the board here against the Rebels. Third down and 6. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back on either side to protect Picariello. Shotgun snap. Looking. Quick throw to Barrasso. Barrasso's got nowhere to go. The screen pass is blown up immediately. I believe that was the Rebels' number 26, DeAndre Regisford. And that's going to be 4th down for the Badgers deep inside their own territory. And it looks like they're going to line up to punt. And it looks like they're lining up with a different punter from usual. This isn't Ermin Gonzalez. This is number 2, Keith Barrasso. So a different punter for the Golden Badgers. Not quite sure why. But we await the long snap here on 4th down. Snap taken by Barrasso. He punts it. It's high. Favorable bounce for the Badgers. And it's going to go well into Rebels territory. And it's going to keep on rolling. A great punt by Keith Barrasso. Goes all the way down to the Rebels' 30, either the 33 or the 32-yard line. A huge punt coming out of his own end zone. You know, once again, the Badgers have had a few very nice plays here and there. It's just that the big plays have been really scattered. You know, if they can find a way to string those really strong plays together, You know, that's going to be a huge building block for their team to work on going forward. In the meantime, 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Al Dockery and shotgun, 2 receivers on either side, 1st and 10. Takes a snap, hands off to the running back. Running back bouncing to the outside and gets pushed out of bounds close to the 1st down marker. That was Travis Angelo, who's operated most of this game as a wide receiver, but they put him in as a running back that time, and he gets a run of about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the Rebels' 40-yard line. Snap to Dockery, looking to throw. Quick pass, hits his man. Now taking off running to the outside. Got a bit of leverage. Shakes off one tackle, shakes off another, but finally gets dragged down by Garcia, but not before getting the 1st down and a whole lot more to break into Badgers territory. Looks like that catch and run was made by number 6, Luis Pereira. So it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Rebels at the Badgers' 45-yard line. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Snap to Dockery. Quick screen pass. Pereira again wrapped up by Hughes, and Hughes refused to let go as he drags down Pereira for a loss of 2. You know, and that's the kind of fight you like to see in your players when it's late in the game and they're down multiple scores. Still fighting. I mean, I don't know how much anyone would have faulted Hughes if he wasn't able to hang on and if Pereira shook him off and managed to get a couple of yards on the gain, but Hughes would not let go and force the 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12. Snap. Dockery hands off. This is Angelo taking off, running to the outside. He's got room and finally runs out of room as he's pushed out of bounds by Christian Alissier. So a medium gain there, gets what looks to be 3rd down and about 6, looks like. From the Badgers' 41-yard line. 2 receivers on either side of Dockery. Snap, drops back, throws across the middle, misses his man. Pass intended for Pereira. Daniel Garcia was in coverage. Looked like Pereira was looking for a pass interference penalty, and indeed there was contact, but there was contact after the throw went past him. So it's going to be 4th down, but the Rebels are in Badgers territory. So the question is, do they go for it here, or with their comfortable lead, do they try and pin the Badgers deep in their own territory once again? It looks like they are gonna go for it with an empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Snap to Dockery, drops back, looking, got time, throws, hits an open man across the middle, and he's going to take off for the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. That one was about a 41-yard catch and run to the end zone. I believe that was number 18, Lee August. That is Dockery's third touchdown pass of the day, as the floodgates have really started to open late here in this one. 30-0, the Rebels lead. They're a perfect 3 for 3 on 2-point tries. They give to Angelo, cuts up the middle, and finds the hole for the 2-point conversion. $32-0. Now the Rebels' advantage over the Badgers. And again, at this point, if you're the Badgers, your best hope is to just try and string together some good plays to give your team some momentum to build on going forward. I mean, I know the game's not over until it's over, but when you're facing a 32-point deficit in the fourth quarter, definitely feels very close to over. But the Badgers can still, at the very least, try and get some points on the board before they head home for the night. Kickoff from Harrison is deep, and again, a bit of miscommunication about who's going to pick it up as it's picked up by Hughes. He tries to avoid a couple of tacklers, but he gets tripped up. Looks like number 12, Devon Pitts, managed to trip up Hughes, as again, the Badgers pinned deep in their own territory due to a bit of hesitation when it came to receiving the kickoff. I mean, that's one of those finer details that, you know, when you're trying to build these semi-pro programs, trying to find enough people to show up consistently, it can be harder to work on the finer details, I would imagine. You know, such as things like, okay, who goes for the ball on this particular type of kickoff? And as a result, you get plays like the last couple of returns for the Badgers where a lot of guys are just kind of watching the ball and assuming someone else is going to get it, but then nobody gets it. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Badgers' 14-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. No, 2 on either side, actually, as Picariello in shotgun with 1 back on his left, drops back, looking to throw, fires one up, and it's almost picked off as it was just wide of Barrasso. And so Barrasso sort of turned into a defensive back there, fighting against Dimitri Garcia for the ball. So again, you can see right idea, almost the right execution, but something just a bit off. You know, the pretty good comeback route for Barrasso. Picariello's throw just a little high and wide. They come out once again with 2 receivers on either side, trying to get that passing game working. Snap, Picariello, hands off, and running right into the line was Daniel Garcia. And it looks like maybe a little extracurriculars after the play, as one of the refs looks kind of hurt. And it looks like they're trying to break a couple of players up before things get out of hand. And so it's going to, looks to be about 3rd and 9 from the 15. Snap to Picariello, looking to throw, fires one up, intercepted, and this one might be run back for another Rebels touchdown. Pick 6 for Dimitri Garcia. They were trying for a bit of a go route up the sideline for Michael Meach. But, you know, the throw just didn't have enough air under it. And Garcia had inside leverage on that pass. And so it was easy pickings. And from there, there was no one to stop him from running that one back into the end zone. Second defensive touchdown of the day for the Rebels. As they get ready to go for 2 once again, they are a perfect 4 for 4 on 2-point tries. Hand off, run to the outside, and the room is there. Another successful 2-point try. This one run in, I believe, by Travis Angelo. (40-0). Now the Rebels lead the Badgers late here in the 4th quarter. And again, the Badgers offense will restart and see if they can find some rhythm before this game ends. I mean, it just goes to show at the semi-pro level, having the depth, having the players that'll regularly show up. I mean, the Badgers are without a number of guys today. And you can see how costly it's been. As Harrison launches another kickoff. And again, no one is calling for it as Hughes finally chases it down, starts directing some blockers in front of him, but he is running out of room fast as he gets dragged down again inside the 20. So another kick right down the middle from Harrison, and those kicks down the middle have been causing all sorts of confusion for the Badgers, as we've now got some flags flying late in this one. So after whatever that was, the possession will start for the Badgers. Looks like it'll be a 1st and 10 from about the Badgers' 15-yard line. Do they have Michael Meach playing quarterback right now? Looks like they do. Shotgun snap, gets away from him, and he can't pick it up. It squirts out. It's going to be picked up for another touchdown by the Rebels. That one is picked up by Xavier Harrison. And just everything going wrong for the Badgers at this point as the Rebels collect their 3rd defensive touchdown and 2nd in as many defensive possessions. And 2nd in as many plays. The Rebels defense in 2 plays has had a pick 6 and a fumble recovery touchdown. And just like that, the score has blown up to a Rebels lead of 46-0. The light's starting to dim a bit here at Daly Field as we are almost out of time in this one. Rebels going for 2 once again. 2 receivers on either side. Snap to Dockery. Quick fade to Anwer. Catch in the corner, and he gets the feet in bounds. Omar Anwer makes a nice catch in the corner for 2. And that will make it 48-0. The Rebels getting ready for another kickoff. late here in the fourth. $48-0. Now here comes the kick. This one launched, and it goes over Hughes' head, but he recovers it off one bounce, starts the run back, looking for some blocks, getting some blocks, and he gets further ahead than previous returns. And this will be 1st and 10 for the Badgers from what looks to be about their own 28-yard line. So the Badgers coming off of back-to-back giveaways. We'll be trying to get some offense going before this one ends. Two backs on either side of Marquise Hughes, two receivers to the right, one to the left. Snap, handoff, cutting up the middle and getting dragged down. That run doesn't go much wheres. Might have been a loss of 1. Perhaps a loss of 2 on the play. So 2nd and 12. Hughes back in the shotgun, a back on either side, two receivers to his right, one to his left. Snap, looking to throw, rolling out to his right, looking, heaves it, and the pass is broken up. Almost intercepted again by Dimitri Garcia as Barrasso had to come back and break up the pass himself before it turned into another interception. Hughes comes up hopping a little bit, as he might be hurt as he checks out. But I'm not sure what the Badgers will do here. It looks like they're going to send Hughes back out. I don't see Picariello anywhere. So again, same formation. Back on either side of Hughes, two receivers to his right, but he sends Furtado in motion from his right to his left, so now two receivers on the left, takes the snap, looking, scrambling out to his right, gets a block, running out of room, floats up a pass desperately, and it lands in the middle of everybody, but in the hands of nobody. And we've got a personal foul against the Rebels again. So again, more penalty yards against the Rebels. And a fresh set of downs for the Badgers. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 40. Again, no scoreboard clock, so I can't tell you how much time is left here in this fourth quarter. First and 10 now for the Badgers. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. It looks like a tight end on the left, who has now moved back to the backfield. Hughes in shotgun. Snap to Hughes, looking to throw, and gets swallowed up by the Rebels' defense for a sack. And that one is going to end this game. The final score here at Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts. The Connecticut Rebels 48, the Golden Badgers 0. A tough game for the Badgers. Looked competitive at first, but things just kind of went from bad to worse for a team that was playing rather short-handed today. Missing a number of their top skill players, a number of their offensive linemen. And it showed in the final result. The Rebels able to score a touchdown in each of the first 2 quarters. They put up another touchdown in the third, but then they exploded for 3 touchdowns in the final mark to double their score and blow this one out. The Badgers fall to 1-5 on the season. The Rebels improved to 2-4. The coaches just trying to get their players out, as it looked like there might have been some pushing and shoving there at the end. Some frustrations boiling over there at the end. But it looks like the worst, at least, has been avoided. So that is going to do it from here at Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you so much for tuning in to this live stream of East Coast Football League action. Remember, if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all the upcoming live streams. I got one more lined up for this Golden Badgers season, as they will host the Haverhill Hitmen in a few weeks. I believe it's around August 20 that one's going to happen. And I will be there for that. So be sure to tune in for that one. Subscribing to the channel sure can help. Thanks to all those of you who contributed in the live chat. If you have anything you'd like to say but the live stream is already done, feel free to do so in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of this video, where you can find information about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. You can find the URL to their website and their phone number to find out more about how you can help support the town of Brookline's educators and, through them, the students. And of course, you can check out the bottom right corner of your screen. You can see the URL to my website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the services that I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team or player. Below that, if you just want to skip right to contacting me directly, my email address is right below, jgms88@gmail.com. And below that, the URL to my Instagram account, where I post highlights from previous live streams. And other than that, that's going to wrap it up here. From Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts, your final score, the Connecticut Rebels 48, the Golden Badgers 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good night.